Hey everybody, it's Pete. Good morning. It is Wednesday morning, August 26th, 2020. We're having a great week. Not everything, but quite a few stocks that we've been calling out this week for a little bit longer term trades have been following through on the swing trades. We're actually getting some really clean, nice moves day trading. And that's what happens when you do a good job of game planning the right ideas and you stay away from the trades that have very poor volume right now and certainly zero order flow on the charts. It's much easier to be involved in active stocks that have clear tape reading ideas versus stocks that you hope eventually break out, or stocks that break out once in a while, or some of these penny stocks that go from $2 to $20 back down to $2. Those look great on the charts, but they're not something that you're going to pull money out of the market on a regular basis, day after day after day, which is our goal together, right? So, by the way, if you find these videos helpful, definitely click down and subscribe to the channel. And also, look, we're doing really well in the boot camp right now. We have a tremendous, tremendous community. I'm just so proud to be a part of them, of everybody who's in there right now. I strongly recommend that you click down and learn what the boot camp is about. It's such a tiny investment for what you get for being together for a full 30 days. Click down and learn what it's about. Today, we're going to start out with the market. Of course, we just keep going higher and higher and higher. The SPY ETF specifically yesterday just kind of kept melting sideways, melting sideways, melting sideways after another bullish gap and then closed on the highs again. That's the market we're in, regardless of what you think of the economy, regardless of what you think long term. If you're a trader, if you're looking day to day, week to week, maybe even a few weeks out, that big blue line is still pointing higher. It doesn't matter what you think about where the market's going to be 6 months from now. I've had multiple conversations with people in the community, as well as my active trading friends I've been trading with for 20 years. Everybody says the same thing. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter. Get that out of your head. It doesn't make a difference right now. It's going up. It's our job to be looking for spots to buy until the story changes. And we've seen that in DocuSign. We'll use that as kind of as an example, where it was super obvious, super easy to find spots, super clean moves right off the entries. And now the tape has changed in that stock. So if you're in the community now, you know we haven't been calling it out at all because the story has changed. That's what makes somebody a chart reader compared to a tape reader. And then ultimately, when you learn what happens between entry and exit, that's what makes you a trader. And a trader is someone who pulls money out of the market. You could be placing trades, but if you're not getting paid, you're still in that gray zone of where there's something missing, which is why you need to be in the boot camp. So we're going to head over to the charts. We're going to take a look at some ideas for today. We're going to look at some stocks that have had follow through on calls that we made both last week and this week. And we're actually going to start out with Facebook. Facebook was a trade that we kept harping on all last week. Say, keep this in your list, keep this in your list, keep this in your list. It's about to go, it's about to go, it's about to go. And all-time highs yesterday, and it looks like we're going to open up higher again this morning. The profit target was up in the 287 to 290 area. I don't know if we're necessarily going to get there this week. We might. We get another day like we did yesterday. We're going to hit the target as well, but hopefully you participated in it. We're looking for at least 1 or 2 more days bullish price action in Facebook. We're literally off the charts. Again, hopefully you participated in that. Another one that we've been calling out and harping on the table, keep it in your list, keep it in your list, keep it in your list. NIO, which has been very hard to trade since this price action early in July. We just kept waiting and waiting and waiting. And based on reading the tape, we kept saying, not yet, not yet, not yet. Set your alert for $15. And yesterday it exploded. The community just was all over it yesterday. It was very exciting to see traders, even new traders, come into the community and have a plan. It's not about the stock exploding, which is awesome. That is what we wanted to see happen, right? Based on setting it up. But it was the patience to wait for the idea, having the idea finally trigger, and then actually taking action. I'm just so proud when we set up a game plan, we're patient, we wait, we set the alerts, stock triggers, and you get in there with confidence. Whether or not the trade makes money is important, but what's more important is over the long run, you become the reason you make money by finding and setting up good trades, but most importantly, getting into them when the time is right. And that's what separates struggling from, you look at that chart from yesterday, it was just really, really a beautiful, beautiful chart. So with that in mind, we actually have another one that's setting up today, which is SE. We had this bullish gap here after earnings, and now the stock is consolidated for 6 days, closed on the highs yesterday and opening up a little bit higher this morning, we are looking to be long and initiate a new swing trade in this stock starting today. So we now, if you watch today's Stocks for Breakfast video, we're looking, what do we want to see, what don't we want to see? So you should know the criteria that we're looking for in this stock today and how to set the price target for the stock. Another stock that we've called out recently that so far is moving slowly but definitely moving in our favor is Home Depot. The bullish earnings last week had the gap higher, pulled back, gave us a great opportunity to get involved. The stock is now in our favor, close to hitting our first target. We'll see if we actually get there today. So again, we need to be above yesterday's high to have some conviction to hang on to this trade a little bit longer. You might want to move your stop up a little bit if it does not. Disney is another one, not a sexy stock, but what can I say? Another one that we called out last week heading into, we actually gave everybody a heads up on this one last week, set up a good entry later in the week, and now we are doing nothing on this trade until it gets, if it gets over 133. That's the target we're looking for. It's been a little bit of a struggle since earnings, but I do still like the long here. But again, I love the fact that we're talking about profitable opportunities and how to properly manage those winners. So the next one we're setting up, Honeywell, coming out of the blue, finally cleared this level. So you see this was resistance. We'll zoom out a little bit here so you can see the room to go. This was the resistance level short term. It was having a problem getting through. Finally punched through there, and we said, okay, let's wait to make sure it stays there. And I'll tell you why. Because this trade, this breakout was not a good trade because we had resistance here. There was no profit potential. But we pulled back, held the level, which, again, what do I want to see, what don't I want to see? In this case, we got what we wanted to see. The buyers came back in, stepped in where it was resistance. Again, basic chart reading, but it works, right? But we take it another step, which is tape reading, which is how much profit potential is there now. So now we need to stay above 165, looking for a short-term run to 172 and ultimately 184. So this has to be in your watch list today. Next on the list, we are taking a look at Adobe. Adobe had a nice punch through yesterday. And again, if we take a look at it a little longer time frame, you can see we're literally off the charts in Adobe. So the question always comes back, what is the profit target? Taught that in yesterday's Stocks and Breakfast video. Go take a look at that. JD just keeps on chugging. I actually said yesterday, it was very clear, I am not looking to initiate a new swing trade in this stock. I'm only looking to day trade it because stocks normally don't move 10 days in a row. In this case, we are still profitably trading it as a day trader, waiting for it to pause a little bit. And you can see yesterday, it did exactly what you would want to see as a day trader. Above yesterday's close, eventually above the previous day's high, and a nice trend day there as well. An oldie but a goodie that I haven't traded in a while just really gave us a sweet opportunity yesterday. Again, though, it's one of those one-hit wonders where the earnings was good a few weeks ago but has not traded well. Now we've got a really exciting move yesterday. Bullish gap that held, followed through, but very similar to what I just showed you in Honeywell. This is blocking it. So if we can clear that level, then we're looking around 93 to 95, which gives us a little bit more room. So now we need to see what happens here. Best case scenario is we punch through there today. Little lower best case scenario is we now hover around 83, 84, and then we look to make a run 90s and maybe even to 94 to 100. ENPH setting up very similar to what we just looked at in SE and has room to go. Keep an eye on that one today as well. Run is frustrating us just slightly, but it's still in play. That's the thing. If you were watching the videos last week, we're looking at 48.50, 48.50. Wait, set the alert, set the alert, set the alert. The alert triggered. Now I'm willing to risk back to a flat on the position, meaning back to my entry price in exchange for a much bigger move. I'm not going to micromanage the trade. And to round out the day, AMD has been a profitable stock for us. Very, very good trading stock since it broke out here. You can see all of the large green candles, and when it did pull back, it caught a bid very quickly. So now we're actually near the profit target today, which was right here, this 87, 88 level. If we explode through that level today, we are looking for some follow through. And because the tape has changed, I want to point this out. Look at the tape now where we had, look at this compared to this, this compared to this, this compared to this, compared to this. We have a bunch of melted candles now and another one this week. If we punch through all-time highs, awesome, we'll continue to work it, but this might be forming the next well-bid candle that we'll be looking for a little bit longer-term trade. So all-time highs is a great scenario. How do you not want to look to be long at a stock at all-time highs? That is amazing right now. However, you still need to force price action by saying, what do I want to see? What don't I want to see? So now we have that level. We have the previous all-time high. We're going to open at or near or push into that level today. So you need to be aware of that level. If we punch through with good volume and pause through that level, we can start to hang on to that trade and see how much is available and get on that train and hang on. If it reverses, and whether it's a day trade or a swing trade, you need to have in place, where do I work the order? Where do I scale out of some of it if you got long from lower levels? And if it reverses and your timing isn't that great, maybe you're buying today into the all-time highs that don't hold. You have to know now before it happens, what do you plan on do? Whether it's a day trade or a swing trade, you might scale out, you might get out, you might re-enter, but you need to know that now. And the more prepared you are, trading becomes easier. Now you're just running the business as opposed to every trade being an emotional mess. So get involved in some of these ideas if they match your personal criteria, if they make sense to you. And absolutely, I strongly encourage you to join me in the boot camp. We just have an amazing community, and I really think you're going to have some fun, as well as watching your account grow if the principles match what you like to do. So I'll see everybody. Have a great day.